What would you be doing if you didn't become a musician?
Professional golfer. I
Professional
would try
golfer.
for it. Yeah.
Do your kids think their dad is a rock star or just some schmuck at home?
They definitely don't think I'm a rock star. I'm the kid. I'm the guy that just plays hide and seek with them and drops them off at school and watches Frozen or Enchanted with them. But my 4-year-old Evelyn loves the songs that I write and produce, and she knows a bunch of the lyrics. And she's always telling me to put certain songs on. You can tell which ones are her favorites, by the way. It's always like, Daddy, put on this song. Daddy, put on this song. And there's always like that handful of songs that she always grabs. So that it's like the best, field test to know which songs are going to work.
Does she like the song Criminal from Eric? Is it Punzo? How do you say the last name?
Does. She likes Criminal, Nauseous from Eric, and also she loves the new track I'd actually just put out with a band called New Friends, called Ricochet. I think she's heard that about 1,000 times now.
She might have the golden producer ear. She could be like the next A&R or the next producer.
You know.
That's the early training like you got with your dad on the drums. Did you ever get to a point where you seriously considered quitting music? You touched on that a little bit.
Yeah, I mean, like there's, man, I can't count how many times. There's always that question of like, am I good enough for this? Then you're busy and you're making money, you're making a career, but then it's like, now you get married, right? So it's like all of a sudden, like now it's like, okay, well now we have, we want to start a family. So at that point you start thinking, I'm like, yeah, like, should I be doing something else? I'm in Finger 11, I'm doing this thing, and I hope this turns into something else. And then after that, that was the last time I guess I was like, maybe like, 30 years old. I never asked that. But every time I asked that, I was kind of like, no, you idiot. Like, yeah, you're fine. But when you're younger, yeah, you run into that question in your mind a lot.
Who would you say are your all-time favorite artists and albums?
All-time favorite artists. Let's see. Freddie Mercury is probably number one for me. The Beatles, obviously. Let's see. The Cure. Really love The Cure. But for artists, man, like, again, they range. Like I have, you think, let's see, Phil Collins. Love Phil Collins. Always love Phil Collins. I know Scott and I share that. And yeah, I'd say those ones. And again, like then the albums is Make Yourself, White Pony, the Phil Collins Greatest Hit album, very good. Again, The Cure, The Smiths. And then in the pop world, it's like Bruno Mars, phenomenal, right? He's that's one guy I wish I got to see live.
So talented.
Yeah.
Can play all the instruments, can sing, can dance, can songwrite. Yeah. Which musician or band were you the biggest fan of before sharing a bill with them with Finger 11?
Oh shit, that's a good question. Alice in Chains.
Whoa.
Yeah, wild.
Where was that?
Minnesota. I think it was back-to-back nights we had done. And holy shit, man, Jerry Cantrell. Like
guitar wizard.
Oh my God. And James and I were just watching. It's like side stage. We're just like, both of us in awe. We're like, this guy doesn't miss. Like, and what's cool about Jerry Cantrell is you think after like 25 years of playing, Man in the Box, you get bored and maybe do your own thing. He plays it exactly like it was released. Nothing is different. The guitar tone's the same. The parts are the same. Everything is exactly the same. And then you go back and search on YouTube for like the last couple of decades, and every night is the exact same, every single song. And you got to respect that. Because again, it's for the fans. If I'm going to listen for the first time, like I did that night that we played with them, I want to see, wood being played exactly how I remember it. And that's what they did. So I'd say Alice in Chains.
What's also great about Jerry Cantrell is he sings a lot, providing those harmonies that are kind of the unique thing about Alice in Chains is all the harmonies.
He sings, I mean, in a musical sense, he's always singing the fourth, which is a very uncommon note center to sort of sing when you're singing harmonies. Typically it's always like the third or the fifth, or but he's always, that's what made that so unique and so special, and what a voice that guy's got.
Yeah, so Staind is one of my all-time favorite bands, and Staind's basically favorite band is Alice in Chains. So in Staind music, you can hear that weird fourth harmony a lot as well.
Yeah,
so
for sure. A lot of bands for sure were inspired by that band.
What's the best live concert you've ever seen, period? So not one that, you were on the bill with Finger 11, just is there a concert that stood out as the best show you've ever seen?
Oh man, shit, that's a tough one. Best concert I've ever seen. I'd say Foo Fighters at the Rogers Center was I mean, there's probably a bunch that I'm that I'm missing, but that one, because it was at the Rogers Center, like anytime you could play like in front of like 45,000 people, right? I guess just because it was like how big the venue was and how much, how they filled the stadium up and had everybody like in the palm of his hands, like girls nuts, man. So that was and we were like, I think like 10 rows like standing right there. It was pretty awesome.
If you could sit down with anyone for a conversation, who would it be and why?
Can I say Dave Grohl again? just because he seems like he's the coolest guy. But no, I like, it would be like a producer, like say Butch Vig, just to know like in those sessions like what went on, not just for Nevermind and anything. It's like, yeah, that would be an awesome conversation.
Just a couple episodes ago, I had Canadian Idol winner Brian Mello from Hamilton, and his choice for who you could sit down with was Dave Grohl as well. So
it's a good choice. That's always their answer. Yeah, just because he seems like a super cool guy to hang with.
If you found yourself on death row, obviously falsely accused, you didn't do it, but you're on death row, you get one final death row meal. What is it going to be? You could add a drink to it. You can have a dessert. This is your last meal, man. You can go all out. There's no calories. Calories don't matter. What do you choose? You're sushi. Italian. I mean, sushi. That's not the answer I thought. From
nobody, and it always throws people for a loop. They're like, you're Italian. It's like sushi, for sure. Always.
Sushi. All right. Last rapid fire question. When you find yourself in a rut where, you're not feeling great, maybe the mental health, negative thoughts coming in, what do you do to snap out of it as quickly as possible?
Hang with the kids, hang with the wife. I can say that now, whereas before it wasn't like that. Before it was like, I don't know, like, you try and go out or, go for beers, go with buddies or something like that, but that always doesn't work. So, but now I guess since having, wife and kids, that's the easiest one. It's like, you don't have a good day, doesn't matter what happens, man. You go home and your kids, run to you to say hi. It's like that kind of fixes everything.